y'all, we're going to go ahead and make turkey and dumplings. I have 10 cups of water, and I have my stove on, and we're getting ready to bring this up to a boil. We are going to add in 1 tablespoon of salt. And you can get turkey wings, you can get turkey drumsticks and stuff like that at the store. But we had just bought a turkey, and we cut it all up, and we're going to use the breast for cream of turkey, and then we're going to use the other parts to make turkey and dumplings. So whatever kind of meat you can get a hold of at the store or from Thanksgiving will work just fine. All right, y'all, so I'm going to put in some of my turkey. So I'm going to add in some turkey thighs. And I'm also going to add in 1 of the turkey drumsticks. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this to a boil. We're going to put a lid on it. Once it becomes a boil, then we are going to time this for an hour. So again, once you get to the boil stage, then you want to time it for your hour. All right, y'all. So once it comes up to a boil, you want to go ahead and put it down to like a medium heat where it's simmering, and you want to time it for an hour. You will have this like little white foamy stuff that comes across the top, and what I do is I skim it out, and it'll make your broth a lot clearer so you don't have to strain it later. So if you get that scummy stuff on the top, just scrape it off, or you can wait to the end and strain it out. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to time this for an hour. All right, y'all. So it's been boiling for an hour. I went ahead and turned my heat off. I'm going to pull my turkey out, let it cool. We're going to discard the skin and pull all the meat off. And then we will move on to the next step. So just pull your chicken out, take the skin, discard it. And if you have any stuff that you need to scrape off the top, then you want to do that when you take your turkey out. So you want to put all your turkey meat in a bowl and set it to the side. And we'll be back here in just a little while. All right, y'all. So I went ahead and I got all my meat set to the side. Now I'm bringing this back up to a boil. You're going to need 1/2 stick of butter. Now, if your liquid evaporated, you want it at least halfway up your pot. Just go ahead and add a little bit of water, or you can add chicken stock. And I know that they have turkey stock around this time of year, so you can always buy some turkey stock and do that as well. So it's 1/2 stick of butter in there. And then I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. And we are going to get this back up to a boil. And we're going to get ready to make our dumplings. And this time I'm going to make fluffy dumplings. For my chicken and dumplings, normally I do flat. We're going to do the fluffy dumplings today. So let's bring this up to a boil, and we're going to work on our next step. All right, y'all. So now we're going to work on, this is going to be like a little bit of the thickening. So I have 4 tablespoons of cornstarch. You can use cornstarch, or you can use flour, whatever one you want to use. 1 cup of evaporated milk. And we're going to whisk this together to get all the clumps out. All right, so once you got that all mixed up, we're going to go ahead and put this to the side, and we're going to start making our dumplings. All right, y'all, so I have 2 cups of sifted flour, and this is regular all-purpose flour. And to this, we are going to add in 2 teaspoons of baking powder. All right, now we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of salt. Now we are going to add in 1 cup, and I'm using evaporated milk. You can use buttermilk. You can use chicken broth. You can use pretty much anything. And then we are going to need 4 tablespoons. I'm using canola oil. 1, 2, 3, And then we're gonna mix this together. I want to let everyone know we got cookbooks available for purchase. I'll put a link above this post and below in the comments if you want to get yourself a copy of that. So we just want to mix this together, and we're going to drop these in our bowling broth. So you just want to work your dough all together until all the flour and everything is incorporated. If it's a little dry, just go ahead and put a splash of milk in there. All right, y'all. So once you got your broth all boiling up, you want to go ahead and take either your flour or your cornstarch mixture with your milk and dump it in, and then we're going to bring this back up to a boil. All right, y'all. So once it reaches up to a boil, we're going to go ahead and take our turkey and we are going to put it back inside of our liquid. And I'm going to let this go for about 5 minutes. And then we're going to add in our dumplings once it comes back up to a boil. All right, y'all. So now we're going to I'm just going to take a little spoonful. I'm going to roll it around in little balls, and we're going to plop them in there. You can use your regular biscuit dough recipe if you prefer. And you just want to cook this until the dumplings are cooked. And it's going to be about maybe 15 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish getting all my dough in our boiling liquid. All right, y'all. So I got all the dumplings in there. Now, if you want more dumplings, you can go ahead and double that recipe if you want. I just tap them down just a little bit, and if you want, just take your thing down the middle and just gently stir it, because you don't want to move your dumplings around too much, but gently put your spoon down there and just give it a little stir. And then every once in a while, just tap the tops of them down, and they will cook perfectly fine. So about 10-15 minutes, and it should all be done. All right, also after about 10 to 15 minutes, you want to go ahead and you want to cut your heat off. And we're going to let this sit for just a little while, about another 10 to 15 minutes, so everything comes together. And then I'll pull out a bowl of it so we can see what it looks like. So after you let it sit, everything comes together. Now, if you don't want yours really liquidy, I mean, this isn't real liquidy, but I know some people like theirs a lot thicker. When you add in your cornstarch or your flour, just add like another tablespoon or 2 tablespoons, and it'll help thicken this up just a little bit more. So let's go ahead and put some in a bowl. All right, y'all. So there it is. And I'll show you. See, we like a little bit of broth with ours. It's not overly runny. And the longer that it sits, it will thicken up a little bit. But that's what we're going to have today. Something simple and easy, full of flavor. You can do the same thing with chicken, and that would work just fine too. So if anybody has any comments, questions, or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out. The link for the cookbook will be above this post and below in the comments. And I hope everybody gives us a try and has a wonderful day.